What's going on, guys? It's Devin Schaefer. I'm going to show you the easiest method to lose fat. So I'm going to be going through the training, cardio you should be doing, how you should be eating, and how you should be sleeping. So first thing I'm going to go through is cardio. You should be doing cardio 6 to 7 times per week, about 30 minutes. It can be a low intensity. It just has to be enough to break a sweat, also known as a conversational pace. So what is a conversational pace? It's pretty much what it exactly entails. You can do cardio for 30 minutes, and it can be at a pace where you basically can hold the conversation with somebody. But you do want to make sure you're at least breaking a sweat, because you do want to get your heart rate up, which is one of the big parts of the cardio, as well as burning a little bit of calories to help you lose fat. So next is the weight training. If you want to know more about weight training to lose fat, go check out my previous video, which is actually the opposite of this one, where I explain how to gain weight. The weight training should be the same whether you're gaining weight or you're trying to lose fat. It should be high intensity. Give it all you can. And also pick your favorite split so you can stick to it. So the biggest part of losing fat is going to be your diet. So there's a few key parts of your diet that will help you significantly in losing fat. And some of these may apply. First one is avoid sugar because it's highly palatable, meaning you can eat a lot of it really easy because it tastes pretty darn good. And you can replace it with diet soda or fake sugar. And you can have one sugar or cheat meal a week. So sugar is really high calories and it is so easy to eat. I'm sure we've all been there with a bag of candy or some ice cream where you plan on only having a few of them and putting the bag back, but you have a few and the next thing you know, the whole bag is gone. And that's basically your whole diet for the day. And it's a way too many calories, and obviously you're not going to be losing fat if you're having a whole bag of candy in a day. So sugar is a key one. And I don't want to say cut it out completely because it's pretty tough to just straight up cut out sugar from your diet because it's good and it's part of enjoying life is having some sugar. So what I suggest is to limit it as one cheat meal a week. So you do good for your first 6 days of the week, not having any sugar, or maybe have some diet sodas instead. And day 7, you have a whole pack of cinnamon buns as a reward for sticking the whole week. But don't make your whole day a cheat day. Make sure it's just a cheat meal of whatever your favorite one is and go crazy with it. Just enjoy it so you can sustain it for the rest of the week. Now, why do I say replace with diet soda or fake sugar? Because that can help your sweet tooth. If you have diet soda, it's no calories, and it may completely stop your cravings just for sugar. Also, another thing I suggest is if you choose to have diet soda, maybe don't have a caffeinated one, because I've had like Diet Coke later at night, and then the caffeine in it makes it more difficult to fall asleep. Because generally speaking, you usually have sugar cravings later at night. So make sure you get a caffeine-free one, or maybe you like sparkling water. Who knows? You can experiment which is your favorite and which helps stop your cravings the most. Fake sugar also. If you have coffee in the morning, put some stevia in there. I think that's what it's called. It'll help your cravings there. So there's definitely a bunch of different ways you can get sugar in without having actual real sugar. Next thing is avoid heavy condiments such as ketchup, barbecue, mayo. So condiments such as that are extremely easy to overeat. For example, mayo. If you one day decide to see what an actual serving of mayo is, it's tiny. So small it's why is this even a serving? It's nothing. So such as that, or even ranch dressing you put on a salad. You may be having a salad, which is pretty darn healthy and pretty low calorie. But if you dump a whole bottle of mayo, or not mayo, ranch on there, the calories add up so quick. So be cognizant of that. Same thing with ketchup and barbecue. I suggest you just avoid them completely because once you have a little bit, it's so easy to go overboard. Same thing with the sugar. Once you have a little, you want a lot. So try to stick to 0-calorie condiments such as mustard, or there's some sugar-free condiments also, a little crossover. Stick to those, or even just seasonings, because that's one of the main things people don't realize overdoing, as well as peanut butter. Peanut butter is just as high calorie as mayo or any of these condiments. Next part is have consistent eating habits. So don't not eat one day and then eat double the next day. So I see a lot of people don't really have a consistent eating habit. So one day they may go out with their friends and eat a ton of food, like over 5,000 calories just in one sitting. And then the next day, they just won't eat. Either that they're not hungry because they ate so much the day before, or they don't eat because they feel guilty from what they ate the day before. So my suggestion is have a consistent eating pattern, because you can also, one, kind of track what you're eating and analyze it more instead of having this high influx of calories and then nothing, and then it's not very sustainable. And two, you're less likely to overeat if you're not cramming one meal in 2 days, because you're going to be so hungry once you get to that one meal, you're just going to want to keep eating and you're not going to want to stop eating. You're going to eat so much, it's more likely than not going to have you gain weight. So space out your meals. The next one is kind of a pain, but it is absolutely essential. You need to do this if you're trying to lose weight and fat. You need to buy a scale. If you do not have a scale, you need to buy one. It's $12 from Walmart, Target, wherever's the nearest place. Buy a scale, and you need to weigh yourself every morning. Now, why do I require this? You are not going to be able to see visual progress day by day, week by week. Over a span of a few months, yes, of course, but daily, you're not going to see it. That's just how it works. You're not going to see it. And it's pretty frustrating. And eventually you either may give up or you'll start not eating at all, and then both of those are not the result you wanted. So buy a scale. Weigh yourself every morning after you wake up and use the bathroom. And then I want you to average your weight out from 1 week. So take all your weights from the week, take the average of them. The next week, weigh yourself out each day, take the average. And I want you to see how much your weight changes week by week. So by doing this, you actually can see the progress you're making instead of just guessing. Because if that number is going down week by week, you are losing fat. It's guaranteed. You're losing weight. So that will help you be more confident that you're actually doing something that's worthwhile instead of thinking you're just spinning your wheels and not actually getting anywhere with losing fat. Next thing I have is have a consistent sleep schedule and wake up at the same time. So try to have, you can fall asleep at any time. Just make sure you always have a consistent time that you wake up. This is important because your body can actually tell, I'm sure you know this already, but what time you wake up, you'll naturally wake up at the same time every day once you have a routine. Such as like when you go to school, you normally have the same time every morning that you wake up. Your body gets used to it and then changes your sleep cycles to adapt to that time you're going to wake up each day. So fall asleep at whatever time, preferably 7 hours a night, but make sure you're waking up at the same each time. Next part, I want you to follow up after 2 weeks to 1 month. As I said with the scale, you're going to want to track week by week. You're going to want to analyze in 2 week or 1 month benchmarks in order to give yourself enough time to see a change or fat loss. Day by day, it's not enough time. The last part I have is why you shouldn't crash diet. Now, what does crash diet mean? Crash diet is you basically don't eat and not anything, but you hardly eat anything each day in the hopes of a severe fat loss, quick diet. Now, there's numerous things bad with this. One, it's pretty, unless you're morbidly obese, it is very unhealthy to crash diet. you're just going to lose muscle. Yeah, sure, you're going to lose fat, but you're sure as hell not going to feel good. And it's not sustainable. Because once you crash diet and not eat much at all for, let's say, a month, once you finally finish that diet, you're going to want to eat so much, it's basically like a slingshot effect. So you lose weight, and then once you get to the bottom, it's like a pull of a slingshot. And then once you're finally done with that diet, your body's going to want to eat so many calories and so much food that it's going to potentially shoot you up. And you may even end up at a higher body fat than you were before you started the diet. So do not crash diet. It is terrible. It's may arguably be worse than starting a diet. So those are all the key points that I have for losing fat. Obviously there's more, but these are definitely the biggest ones that I've seen for people that are why they may not be losing weight when they think they should be, or why they aren't losing weight, etc. So that's all I really got. Let me know what you guys want to see next or hear next from me. It's always great to hear what video ideas you have. So that's all I got. See you guys next time.